today. Um, I've been having sort of weird couple of days actually, and yeah, through that I decided to write down some things. You know, when you have people in your life, and maybe you've been friends with them for a really long time, or maybe at a point in your life they were there for you, and you realize that these same people are not helping you anymore. They are actually beating you down, so to speak, and you can't take it anymore. I actually wrote down about, I'm not really sure, I think about 10 different personalities that I've realized that are around me and surrounding me and involved in my life, and I I wanted to recognize them so that I can make some choices. And I'm gonna share this because maybe it'll help somebody else recognize the people that are around them and shouldn't be. Number one, the gossipers. People. Not saying anybody's perfect, because I'm sure we've all gossiped before, thinking that, maybe we could tell our best friend and it would never get anywhere. But then there are gossipers, people who do this on a regular basis. These are the people who are always telling you stuff, always know the scoop on everybody else's life. And majority of the time, if they are telling you stuff, they're talking about you too. Let's be for real. Somebody who's always talking about somebody's life will most likely be telling somebody about yours. Again, this is not 100%. I just am saying most likely. Number two, temperamental people. These are people that have no control over their emotions. They lash out, constantly lashing out. They project their feelings onto you and make you feel like you're the problem when ultimately it's them. Don't be anybody's emotional toilet. These people can't handle their emotions and make you feel like you're the issue when they just don't know how to recognize their own issues, their own faults. Number three, the victim. We've all been in a state where we've needed somebody's help. I'm not saying it's a problem to feel that way, and I'm not saying it's a problem to ask for help. If you need help, ask. What I'm saying is that there are people out there that constantly act like this. And at a point, we don't recognize it because the first action, as a human being, is to empathize. We are supposed to empathize when people come to us with problems, especially our friends. But you start to realize that their time of need turns into all the time. What do you do with that? Not that you don't help them, but somebody who's constantly always the victim and always needs help never is going to really accomplish anything on their own. They're never going to learn anything. There's an old saying, how's it go? I think it goes, pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. You can't get much clearer than that. I think that colors it. Like, people who choose to suffer, you can't help. They're out of reach. They're always going to choose to suffer because they think that it gets them what they want. Think about a baby. When a baby cries, it's hungry. When a baby cries, it needs to be hugged. When a baby cries, it needs to be lifted up. I don't have kids, but I'm trying. They ultimately think that it gets what they want. Get them what they want. 4. Self-absorbed people. Somebody in your life is like this. I don't care what anybody says. You have one. Absorbed people. I don't care what you say. Everybody has at least one person in their life like this. At least one. Self-absorbed people, they bring you down. They do this by keeping a distance. Somebody that you may be around all the time, they keep you down by sort of keeping you at a distance. Does that make sense? Don't think there's anybody there. They just have you there for themselves. So anything that they do ultimately is to build themselves up. So you're a badass chick. You're a swaggy ass guy. You have a job. You have a car. You're shit. They know that. They know that people know that. Most likely that's why you're there. And you'll know this by leaving. If it doesn't faze them that you leave, faze them that there is a chance that they might lose you, then you know that what they're feeling, what you're feeling, is one-sided. Okay? 5, I have her on here somewhere. 5, envious people. Envious people always think that the grass is green. I don't know. Neither. So, no matter what they have, it's never gonna, because somebody always has something better. The messed up thing about that is, if you look hard enough, you're always gonna find somebody that's doing better. Always. It's like, it's gonna happen. Inevitable. I didn't want to use the word again, but inevitable. It's gonna happen. And there's so many platforms that you could search on these days. I mean, I'm probably at a loop and I'm saying like Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and I'm sure there's more, but you're always going to be able to find somebody doing better than you. So don't compare yourself. Second guessing your accomplishments and your happiness to everybody else around you. They leave you second guessing the things that you do. You don't want these people around you. Get them from around you. You don't want it. 6. The manipulator. You got that? I have one of those. I have a couple of those. We all know at least one person in our lives like this. These people suck the time and energy out of our lives. They do it through friendship and or relationship. It's tricky to acknowledge or to realize because they treat you so well at times. They know what makes you happy. They know what makes you sad. They know what pushes your buttons. They know everything about you. All the works. But they gather this information because they have a hidden agenda. These people gather this information so that they can win you over eventually, so that they can work you over. They won't do anything for you unless they know eventually, somehow it'll benefit them. It's simple, right? 7. Judgmental people. These people are quick to tell you exactly what is or isn't okay. They have a way of taking the things that you're most passionate about and making you feel dumb about it, or dumb for even being passionate about it. Which is kind of... Instead of appreciating and learning from people who are different, and that's basically everybody in the world. So anybody who thinks not like them, they look different. They don't appreciate, they don't acknowledge, they don't value the people that are different from them. The only way to keep these people happy is to agree with every frigging thing they do. Arrogance. Arrogant people. They see everything as a personal challenge, which I personally think is a mask. Arrogant people I find are very insecure, and they don't know how to deal with the emotions when they come. It's like a robot. It's like they don't know how to compute. So instead of trying to understand what is going on, like I am being rejected or I'm being told I'm wrong, they lash out. They get loud and they get crazy and hard-headed and yo, fire. They have a lot of insecurities, I personally think, and they have an overbearing self-worth. They're right. You can't fight with them. They're right. Stop fighting with them. 8. 9, cheaters and liars. Do I really have to give a definition? I mean, I find these people never want to explain themselves, and they always have an answer to everything you have to say. I mean, it's like rehearsed and shit. Like, fuck, they're gonna ask me this question, so I need to find an answer. Like, they're a step ahead of you all the time. It's hard to figure it out, man, unless you know. I mean, some people just pick up certain vibes. I'm a vibe person. I mean, if you don't vibe with me the right way, if I don't pick up on your vibe and it's cool, I probably won't chat to you. I won't. Sorry. 10, last but not least, negative people. Negative people. I mean, I find these people always have a problem with everything that you say and everything that you do. Nothing you do is enough or right. I don't know. It's just bad. Bad. Negative. You don't like it. I don't like it. You don't want it. Get it gone. Cut. I think if I were to wrap all these words up into like a big taco, it'd be narcissistic. Did I say that right? I hope I did because I'm on camera, but that's what I think. I think there's actually a word for these people. I don't remember what it is. I think it's NPD, something personality disorder. It's like long-term pattern of abnormal behavior. These people have exaggerated feelings of self-importance. And they have an excessive, like red line, excessive need of admiration from other people. And they lack the ability to understand other people's feelings. Yo, it doesn't get much worse than that. They don't understand other people's feelings. Human beings understand other people's feelings. What is this person? What are you? What are you? I don't get it. Why don't you understand? You see somebody cry, you see somebody mad, and you know that you're the reason. Why don't you understand? Meh. Anyway, that's just what I think. I mean, who the fuck am I?